It'll be fun.
All right.
The thing is like, there we go.
Okay. Let's restart this heifer.
We are restarting this heifer. All right. Lucky for us. We're good to go. So, this week is kind of like a sneak peek. We've got a live going. We have a mini dropping this week, and this is next week's episode that we're kind of...
Yes. So for you guys watching our recording later, sorry. You can watch us live on TikTok for sneak peeks every Monday.
Every Monday. Love a sneak peek. I don't know about you.
Yes.
My favorite. Because you get the live, unedited version of what is us to live in the life of recording. Because we are a whole ass mess.
Understatement.
You should have heard all the feedback that we had going in our ears that we recorded prior to this, that now everybody on our live gets to see.
They probably tired of our shit.
I'm okay with it.
Sorry.
You don't like it, scroll. Bye, Felicia.
Bitch. Anyway.
Cancel me, try, because I ain't gonna stop.
Start your episode after.
Oh, fun fact, our husbands are building us a pod lab, and here very soon we will be moving to that. My lovely co-host here has brought in our sheetrock while we have paid for the wood and stuff like that, and me and her are gonna go shopping for colors here soon, and I'm super excited. And
does shopping include Mexican and margaritas at the end?
Yes. Sold.
Absolutely.
Fun fact,
Bitch.
I couldn't hear me.
You was blowing my eardrums out now. Shit.
You're welcome. We won't be recording in my living room for much longer. It will be fantastic because this lovely lady here has gone all out for our on live airs. She's got us an amazing mural, stuff of that nature.
It's super cute. And I can't wait to hang this motherfucker up.
It's got her name on it. Oh, I love it.
Anyway. Sorry.
Not sorry.
No, not really.
Anyway, you want to watch us, you can watch us on TikTok Live for the sneak peek episode of What Is Before. Again, it is unfiltered, it's just raw dog in life on that.
Yeah. I just showed him my titties on accident. Well, part of them. Sorry.
It was just cleavage. It wasn't actual titty. You were fixing the camera.
Oh, my husband gonna be mad. I don't care. He'll be alright.
It wasn't titties. It was literally
It's
cleavage.
no worse than when I go to the bar with him. There's this one bartender that the second she sees me and I walk up to the bar, she goes, "Hey, let me see." She sticks her hand down my shirt and goes, "Guess what, Cole? I touched your wife's titties and you didn't."
I am done. Is that an MVET?
VFW.
No joke.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Sarah, she always got to play with my titties.
That is hilarious.
Anyway.
I guess we're going to start our episode.
Let's do it.
All right. So this episode is about Lieutenant... What the hell?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You good?
Yes, bitch. Go.
Who you hollering at with all that audacity?
Shut up.
All right. So this episode is about Lieutenant Naomi Kathleen Chaney.
Yes.
So welcome to the 4th episode of Blood Beneath the Moss. We're your hosts,
Abby
and Sammy. This case is the oldest case in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Fun fact, this is where my mom is from. She's lived in Rapid City and Sioux Falls.
You want to take a bet on how many times she says fun fact? Because that's probably the 15th fucking time.
Bitch, that was in the episode, in the bloopers on the TikTok. Why are you doing that to me?
Anyway, continue.
She says allegedly a lot, so hence to the lovely, for those listening, you can't see it, but I've got a hoodie on that says allegedly, because lovely co-host here, that's her
Because
word.
Miss Christie told us we need to say allegedly a lot, and in my opinion, so we don't get sued.
I don't give a shit. Come at me, bro. You
I don't care either.
can't get nothing. Gotta have something to get something.
4th episode, Blood Beneath the Moss.
Oldest cold case in Sioux Falls South. I took my medicine today. Like I
didn't.
Oh, so squirrel.
Yes.
This is where my mom is from. She's lived in Rapid City and Sioux Falls, and I figured that this would be a good way to incorporate something from my mom's that you did.
Missouri.
Yep. For your mom. This oldest case, our victim's name is Lieutenant Naomi Kathleen Chaney. And we're talking about this case is over 80 years old. Cold. Like, that's insane.
Yes, very much.
So let's dive on in. Naomi was a college graduate who was teaching high school when World War II started to take place. And that's when the drafts were in effect and stuff of that nature. She felt like she was kind of just coasting along with life.
Yes.
And she felt like it was her civic duty to enlist in what is known as the WAC.
Women's Army Corps.
Which is an amazing thing. I wish they still had that. But, you know, sexism, stuff of that nature. People crying, I can do it too.
I don't care as much now because there's, you know. I mean, back then, definitely needed it. But now,
it's all equal.
Yeah, the women, I mean, it's not equal, but it's
a
closer.
lot better than, it's a lot better than what it was.
It's closer. You got more badass women on a battlefield than you do men. That makes me feel great.
10 out of 10 support that. So the Women's Army Corps is a support corps to help do the mundane tasks such as paperwork, clergy work, nursing, cooking, cleaning, stuff at hand that would take away from the actual combat for the men.
Yes.
And to be honest with you, women even now are more attention to detail. So that took away from somebody who was gung-ho and like, hey, let's go to war, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
To a woman who's done clergy work for the past 10 years and was like, hey, I can do this so you can go do that.
Yes.
I support it. And our girl, Miss Cheney, she was known for her beauty and her drive to succeed in the WAC, which is awesome. That means she was working her way up, striving, wanted to be. Naomi just transferred from Sioux Falls Post after receiving the officer's commission in October of 1943. Lieutenant Luther even said that she was one of the most attractive WAC on post at the time. So La Mama was a hottie.
She absolutely was.
I'm not gonna lie, I've seen pictures of her. She was fucking gorgeous.
Yes.
Her makeup, chef's kiss. Now that we, you know, got an idea of it all, we're gonna dive down deep into this case that isn't such a great aspect. Cheney was last seen around 9 p.m. By a gate guard at Sioux Falls Army Airfield Hospital after visiting another WAC officer. She proceeded to ask, sorry, I had a burp and I was trying to hold it in, and anyway. She proceeded to ask the gate guard if it was safe to walk home alone after dark. In response, the guard said, you should probably use your own judgment.
Dick.
Big dick. Actually, Lil Dick energy. We're going to put that as Lil Dick energy. She was never seen alive again. She was found in a desolate ravine in the west side by 12th Street in Sioux Falls by a 10-year-old. That's a baby. She was found by a 10-year-old.
Who then went and got all her friends. They went and seen the body together, and then they told the grown-ups. All right.
Kind of like a Stand By Me thing.
Yeah.
Reference to the movie. Don't come at me. Anyway, the 10-year-old's name was Val Ray. Naomi was brutalized, as quoted by the Argus Leader. Now, I'm going to quote them. I'm not going to cite all my references, because for this one, I literally had like 24. Now, granted, a lot of them said the same thing, but the Argus Leader was one of the biggest ones that they had presented for this case. Yes. So I am quoting them in here. Naomi was brutalized, as quoted by the Argus Leader. One side of her face was reddened by hemorrhage. Her hair was matted and dried with darkened gore. One eye was sealed shut, and her ears, nostrils, and mouth were filled with caked blood. When Val Ray reported her body to the military police and the Sioux Falls Police Department, they trampled her crime scene. Now, we also have to keep in mind that in the 1940s, DNA was not a big thing.
No.
And so trampling over the crime scene was kind of normal because they had to use their wits more than like science and technology to actually push forward for the solving of the crime.
Which is why I think it's an 80-something-year-old cold case.
Yeah.
They weren't thinking about preserving that type of stuff at that time, along with some other things I read about later in the years that it's not like some of these other cold cases they were able to solve decades later with DNA. It's just not there in this case.
Not at all. She was found face up in a weeded, hollowed ravine south of the bridge, 40 feet away from some railroad tracks. 50 feet away from a cabin, which her blood trailed all the way down to where she was dropped at.
Yes.
So the blood came from inside the cabin. So somebody snatched her.
Oh, absolutely.
From this scene, it's noted that robbery and rape were not the motive. So, like, the doctors at the time, they did a rape kit. Well, their version of a rape kit.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. So, cash was left in her purse along with personal belongings. The rape exam by the doctors at the time said there was no tearing on the inside of her vaginal canal.
Yes.
So, there wasn't anything forced on the inside. There wasn't any tearing anywhere. Yeah. So, that was not in the process. I'm going to just leave it at that because I don't even want to get into that.
Yeah.
We do know that she fought. Like, put up a hell of a struggle from the trail from the blood from the cabin because it was sporadic. Like, the doctor said that she was, even towards the end, like, she was...
You could just tell by the way.
It wasn't a smooth drag. It was like hops here, this, that.
Yeah. She fought for her life.
Yes. So, the ravine held most of the evidence, which the police and, the MPs and Sioux Falls PD trampled all over. And the cabin pretty much held the rest.
Yes.
For the time frame, the amount of police work that went into this case, honestly and truly, was insane.
Yes.
They searched high and low, left and right, all the way around for the person that did this to Lieutenant Cheney.
Yes.
From all of it, over 10,000 people were questioned. 10,000. That is an insane amount of questioning.
Absolutely.
That's mind-boggling. Like, you wouldn't think to question 10,000 fucking people.
No, absolutely not.
Some of these people were even strip searched looking for like defensive wounds and stuff of that nature. Something that they think that would fit the profile to what had happened to her.
Yes.
Like if they met the strength requirements to pick them up, throw around and stuff like that. Some of these people were like taking away of all their dignity.
Okay.
So with this being a military case, the people questions were soldiers, civilians, and soothsayers.
The fuck's a soothsayer?
So the people that work on posts and stuff like that, I'm guessing.
Okay.
I couldn't find the actual... Why don't you look it up? Go ahead, look up the definition.
Bitch, hold on. What the fuck did I just do?
Look, I got my other cell phone right here. 2 phones.
One for the bitches and one for the hoes.
I can't stand this.
Soothsayers. What is the definition of I don't know why I just typed in soothsayers. A person supposed to be able to what the fuck? Why would they interview a fucking psychic?
Oh, we'll get further into that.
That's what later. A motherfucking soothsayer is.
I was way off.
Yeah. And your daddy was in the Air Force. My daddy was in the Army.
I didn't know.
We both dumb. It's alright.
I'm the one who typed up these fucking notes. I didn't know what it meant. I just kept seeing it and everything. I was like, so I guess that's gotta be relevant.
Bitch.
Okay, so historically the term comes from Old English where sooth meant truth and sayer meant teller. So literally someone who speaks the truth. In modern usage is also used for a synonym for a fortune teller, prophet, or seer.
Okay.
Anyway.
Isn't she the one who talked shit when I did my first episode about a psychic?
I didn't know what the fuck that was. I didn't have time to do all that. Bitch, I got married. I had people over. You was a part of those people. I was busy. I was like, this is in every fucking article I put. I typed it. I did my research. I did say that. I just didn't research what that meant. Anyway.
Continue.
As the police really get into the case of Lieutenant Cheney, her father, Frank E. Cheney, went on to describe his daughter to the public. He stated that she was an amazing child. She was very studious, athletic. She was jolly, but super serious at the same time. Like, she'd always be, like, happy-go-lucky, but when it was time to get down to the nitty-gritty, she got down to the nitty-gritty. Yes. Super energetic with plenty of initiative. She was very adventurous. This is why she felt the need to join the WAC. This man just wanted his daughter to have her peace.
Yeah.
Honestly and truly. So if anyone knew anything about her assailant, for them to please come forward. Now, this was at that time where public got involved more often than what they do now. So that wasn't... What the fuck are you laughing at?
I'm waiting for you to yell at me.
For what? Because you puffing? Ain't nobody worried with that. You ain't smoking in my house. You puffing in my house. There's a difference.
She beat me.
And would. So, by October... I can't fucking say. We can never just get through an episode being super serial. Anyway.
Shut up.
By October 10th of 1943, the military police to the Sioux Falls passed the case to the Sioux Falls Police Department. Like, the MPs washed their hand. There's nothing much more that we can do, so I'm gonna just give it over to y'all. Y'all have more resources than what we do.
I don't give a shit. She was a member of the United States Armed Forces, whether it was the WAC or not. Still a part of the United States Armed Forces. That is your literal fucking job.
But
you could seek their help the whole time, but to just hand it over completely and be done with it is wrong in so many ways.
So a lot of the women in the WAC had to provide their own housing, had to provide their own, like, they had to pay for their uniforms.
I get that.
Because they weren't considered true members of the Army.
I don't give a shit. Your job as military police is to serve the fucking military.
The men of that time didn't think that the WAC were actually respected enough and should be noted enough to be a part of the armed forces.
Well, they were dicks, so there's that little dick energy we were talking about.
Gotta have it. Like I said as before, we all know that forensics were not as good as they are now back then.
Yes. So
it makes me wonder what would have become of this scene, especially since they had already had their main suspect by this time.
Yes.
The main suspect, even till this day, is remained unnamed, which is insane. This case is over 80 years old. He's a 31-year-old transient worker. We do know that he had a draft card.
Yes.
The police will not release his name or the town in Iowa where he comes from. So we know that he comes from Iowa. We know that he's 31 years old. The police won't give much more. I think it's crap because everyone to this point, to this day, has passed.
Yes. I don't think that his privacy, I don't think that, at the time, I understand, your reputation meant everything.
Yes.
So at the time, not naming him, it's still shitty, but I get it. Because it wasn't just your reputation it affected. He was married and had 2 kids. So obviously that's going to affect his wife and children's life. I get it. This is 80 years later. He's dead. His wife is dead. His children, they might still be alive. I don't know. I don't want to say dead because it might be wrong. But it's past the point of ruining his reputation.
I mean, that's why we have the Freedom of Information Act, isn't it?
We have that, but I can tell you for a fact that when I went down the Reddit rabbit hole, the number of people who have submitted Freedom of Information Acts to the Sioux Falls Police Department and the FBI, because they eventually were involved in this as well.
Yeah.
They're denied every time, because even though it's technically the detective still to this day, the department, it's a cold case. They put it out that way, even though they say they're still actively working it. That's how they get around allowing the Freedom of Information Act. It's a cold case, but they're working it, therefore they can still consider it an active cold case. No motherfucking sense, but okay.
Then why do we go through these things and these motions to say that we have these acts in place? Yes. Because I think there's another one besides the Freedom of Information Act where they have to publicly disclose information after a certain standpoint, isn't it?
I think there's something called like the Sunshine Law or something, at least in Missouri, but it's like for different situations. I think, okay. Yeah. The Freedom of Information Act, I believe, is the only thing that would apply in this case.
Might have to dig into that later and then come back and follow up.
Absolutely.
Back to what we were getting at. This man, has arrived in the area a week, 7 days before the murder actually takes place.
Yes.
So here's what we know. He's 31 years old. He is a transient worker. According to the police reports, he's described as a good-looking fella. That's in the actual police reports. Like, you can go online and ask for the police reports. And the description of the unnamed guy, because you see everything kind of like marked out or whatever, he's a good-looking fella.
Yes.
Wording of the time, not our words. I can promise you that. He's married and has 2 kids. We know that there was blood in the cabin. There was blood on his shoes. And strands of hair found up to the cabin, as well as hair in the cabin. When the body was sent to the coroner jury's office, there were 2 doctors on Cheney's case. There was a military police coroner. He worked with the MPs real close, and then there was the civilian coroner. Both doctors have differences on what they say led up to the deal of her case. So like the incidences that
they have 2 different theories, basically. Yes.
But both are in complete agreement that she was killed with extreme and tremendous force.
Yes.
She had multiple fractures in her skull, brain hemorrhaging, and this is why she had like blood coming from her nose, her ears, her mouth, because when you have those brain hemorrhages, the swelling, it has to go somewhere. So it comes out through your orifices. She had multiple fractures in her... Oh, I already said that. Hello. Look, it has been a long week. There is no evidence that she was hit by a car or the railroad tracks or anything, because the only extensive damage that came through was on her face and in her skull.
Yes.
Like,
her uniform, from what I read, looked almost immaculate.
Besides the couple of blood splatters.
Yes.
Yeah. There was
this
nothing.
Attack was like strictly aimed at her face and her head.
Yeah. By this point, the FBI in DC has gotten involved. They sent off. Now, I was shocked that the FBI were able to receive some DNA samples, because again, that was pretty much unheard of at the time. Which included some strands from her cap, like her dolly cap, her flight cap, and which both of them contained hair, and then samples from the cabin. They were able to pull the blood from a tie, a handkerchief, and the shoes off of his shoes.
Remind me that they sent this to the FBI in a little bit when we talk about the evidence now.
Why don't you just...
Well, because I'm gonna get ahead of myself then. So when we get to it at one point, we're going to talk about how the evidence that the Sioux Falls Police Department has on her case is practically gone. Like, they've lost almost all of it between, was it a fire?
Something like that.
I think that there was something that happened to the Sioux Falls Police Department that they lost almost all the evidence in her case from what I've read. So if you sent her flight cap and other things to the FBI, do they still have that?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Okay.
Because it is technically still an active, ongoing case.
So the only reason that, to me is, okay, let's go back to that unnamed suspect. Is there any of his blood possibly on any of that stuff? Because if she put up a fight like that, if there was, or skin cells or anything.
I'm going to be able to tell you a little bit of what they still have now here in just this.
Okay.
This.
Well, I only asked that because, okay, don't name him. Can't you get warrants to compare that DNA to his children's DNA? With the technology now, I mean, could be a lot better.
If they're your children's, it comes back like 99.8% a
yeah,
match
something
or
like
something
that.
like that. Yeah.
And even if it's not a children, you could.
Grandchildren, I think it comes back at like 86 point something.
Yeah. I'll let you know when my DNA results come back from my thingy.
I'm done with you. Anyway, so they obtained these samples from her caps, both of them, the handkerchief, and from the cabin, and his shoes.
Yes.
The samples that forensic received, they stated they did not get enough to convict the unnamed suspect, but again, this is like the 1940s.
Yes.
The FBI quoted to say that the blood analysis they obtained from the handkerchief and the blood of the unnamed suspect's tie are from the same person. They couldn't tell. They
couldn't tell if it was the same blood type.
No, they could tell that it was the same blood type. They couldn't tell if the blood from the handkerchief or the tie were from the same person. So they were able to take the samples and verify. I think I remember him saying it was like AB positive or something like that, which is a more common blood type.
Yeah.
So they can tell that it was the same blood type. They just couldn't tell if it came from the victim or the assailant. Okay.
You can't tell that now?
I'm pretty sure you could, but
somebody needs to do their jobs. Sorry.
I love it. I love it. I do. Again, keep in mind, DNA evidence at this time was crazy new. They didn't fully understand it completely. But what gets me, at the time all this is happening, the police released a statement stating to the public that the main suspect in Cheney's case was killed in the line of duty overseas. So, why not name him?
Damn it, I wish I knew which one the dun 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 button was so I could have pushed it.
We got a new soundboard and we don't. Nope, that
ain't that.
I don't know how to stop that.
It's all right.
Ding 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 ding. We'll do that one.
That works.
So why not name him?
Yes.
And find out what other people, if he was rough around the edges, like was he known to have a history of violence?
Exactly.
Why not dig into him more deeply and ask if, ask his wife, was he known to be crass with her? Was he known to be a gentle and loving man? Was he good to his children? Was he a high standing in the community? I mean, he was a transient worker. So he was working hard during them days. So was he coming home and getting drunk and being a complete dick? Like, what do you say to that?
Or is he one of those ones that come home and he absolutely perfect in their eyes and they could just never see that,
Yeah. Like, if it's known that he has died overseas, why not dig into him in a different light, in a different aspect?
Well, we are dealing with the military here. I can't help but wonder if he died in some type of battle mission, whatever, where the military would view him as, first of all, he's a man. Mm-hmm. So, right there at this time, No. If they view as, however he died, as some sort of heroic way, they will never, ever, ever release his name in the chance that it could tarnish that. Ever.
I mean, you're right.
That's shitty.
It is shitty. Very, very shitty. We're going to fast forward a little bit. It is January of 1944. Sioux Falls PD gets a name and a whole nother case.
Yes.
Like, it's not even Cheney's case anymore. But it mimics hers in a lot of aspects. Like, almost down to the T. The man convicted on this case, his name was Harry E. May. He was convicted of killing a 68-year-old woman in Omaha, Nebraska, who also suffered extreme trauma to her skull, almost to the T of Naomi's. Like, they said that it was when I researched her to kind of, because I'm not going to touch a whole lot
Try to compare the two, yeah.
When I try to compare the two, it was almost in the exact same placements. I'm talking about millimeters off.
Okay.
Which is insane.
Absolutely.
The trauma to her skull and was also dragged to another area to be concealed better.
Yes.
So, like in another desolate ravine type ordeal.
So, okay. You had said that the two coroners for Miss Cheney's case both had they had differing opinions on how the crime took place.
Yes.
And the unnamed suspect in Cheney's case, he's dead at this point, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Or overseas, whatever. It could be possible that one of those coroners felt it was one person and the other felt it was two, because the coincidence of how close the attacks were, how similar they were, it could have been two people.
It could have. Honestly and truly.
It could have been that this man worked with the unnamed one. See, now you're getting me into my conspiracy theories.
I love a good conspiracy. They make my heart happy.
Anyway,
and it's like, you know how people do Sudoku puzzles and like crosswords? Conspiracy gets my brain going.
Absolutely. We could do a whole episode on conspiracy theories. Some of y'all would think I was batshit crazy, but we could do it.
I don't know if anyone's actually truly met us. Besides our family and close friends, but we are batshit nuts. Like, Grippy Sauce Vacation, here I come.
I would do it for fun.
I'd take a nap.
Yes.
That's all I want is a nap. Give me a good 3-day, 72-hour hold.
I'm going to act up just for you to give me one of them booty darts, so I'm going to sleep.
No, bitch, I ain't coming back. Anyway.
Sorry.
He was convicted of killing the 68-year-old woman in Nebraska who also suffered the trauma. Same millimeters. Okay. So the Sioux Falls PD were quoted by May that states he was beaten for confession. Now, in the 1940s, that was
common.
Something that did happen just so they could close the case, because they didn't have the leads, they didn't have the evidence, they didn't have anything that...
They didn't have the means to go through their evidence like there is now.
Facts.
Yes.
So he was beaten for the confession. His quote-unquote words, and I've sorted this on many sites, they said, "I was made to tell of a killing of that Omaha woman, that I beat her with a brick bat. They told me as long as I killed one woman, that I could kill two."
All right.
Just that statement alone, even though it's a different time period, makes me think that maybe this man didn't have all the screws up top.
Very much.
You good?
Yeah.
Do you need a sip?
I need to pee, but it's okay. Keep going.
Okay. I can podcast by myself while you go pee.
It's okay. Go.
Okay. Several reports do state that this man, Harry E. May, was known to have a hell of a mean streak in him. And that's also common when someone has, learning disabilities and stuff like that. They have those hot moments.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
And other reports, it states that he was convicted for another crime where he was sent to the Iowa I want to say Iowa so bad because, like, coming from Louisiana, we have a town called Iowa that's spelled exactly like Iowa, but just sound different. And I see it and I'm like, oh, that's Iowa, not Iowa. Anyway, Iowa Mental Hospital. He strangled another woman on Mother's Day. He killed her on Mother's Day. And mind you, she was a mama too, but she was just trying to go to work and do her little thing. I did look into her too. She did pass away from it. Harry was then pulled from the asylum and convicted of murder, which her name was Miss Weatherhill. I don't know her first name. I do only know that
he was not sorry, boss.
No, boss. He was not. As time passes, Harry would not be convicted of the Nebraska murder of Miss Milan or Lieutenant Cheney, which is the Sioux Falls case that we're on. Investigations were coming to an abrupt halt. The investigators were becoming super desperate. This is where these soothsayers come in. Sioux Falls Police Department traveled to Arkansas, Tennessee, and Georgia seeking psychics, fortune tellers, and any spiritual person who can help with the projection of the case. Now, I will say, coming from one of the most spiritual states,
Yes.
in the southern, like, you got hoodoo, you got voodoo, you got Catholics, you got Protestants, you got you've got everything in one state, from one extreme to the other. I've seen spiritual. I've seen things I can't understand.
My daddy dragged me to like every church there was growing up. I think I was Pentecostal, Presbyterian, Catholic, Baptist. Now I'm just, there's a God and I believe in him. I don't think I pick. It's just, he's there and he's watching you.
That's going to be a whole nother episode because I can't tell you what it is. See, I grew up Catholic, but I also grew up in a split household where my mama was Baptist. And the Catholic Church called me a bastard up until the time it was time for me to get my confirmation. And I said, fuck them. So I went to the Baptist church.
She says that, but this bitch got a motherfucking rosary tattooed.
Long story short, that was supposed to be my first tattoo with my granny before she passed.
That makes
because
sense.
she was Catholic too.
You on your own. I gotta go pee.
Oh, how'd that go? We gonna do.
Oh, bitch! I gotta pee so bad. You just continue without me.
I'm gonna play it again. So you can hear. I don't know if you can hear it because we can hear it, and we just got this new soundboard and we're trying to play with it, and I don't know how that really works. So it kind of is what it is. Hi, whoever's loving and hearting everything on the live, you're great. I appreciate it. It makes my heart pretty happy because we're just really getting started with this, and I'm not really good at podcasting on my. Abby, hurry up! I'm all by myself, don't wanna be all by myself. Anyway, dun 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 dun. I like the button, I'm sorry. Anywho. Do 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 do. I'm not meant to podcast by myself. I'm sorry, y'all. It's Mackawack. Hey, Mackawack. What's up? That made my heart happy. Oh, thank you for sending the rose. That made my heart happy too. Hey. Oh, you got a cookie, but you couldn't bring me one?
Do you want a cookie?
I want a cookie, bitch. I went to do this, my whole little, I'm not supposed to do this by myself. I really ain't. We're at 40 minutes and she just take off. But she is bringing me a cookie, so I'm pretty happy about that one. Is that the brownie cookie?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, y'all. I had to pee.
It's fine.
Our husband's sitting outside like bumps on a log.
And it's cold outside.
It is. Because we banished them. They're not allowed inside.
They're not allowed inside while we're doing this. That's why I'm ready for our room. All right. But anyway, back to what I was saying now that I'm not podcasting by myself. Coming from, spiritual place in Louisiana, it is common in some places that are a lot more different than where I'm at. You're fine. I don't hear you munching. But these guys came out empty-handed. And as time goes on, Cheney's father, who was a postal clerk for the war,
Mm-hmm.
in all of this, losing his daughter, having the war, having PTSD, man lost his mind. Which is understandable because he had so much on his plate at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Frank, which is Lieutenant Cheney's father, ended up killing one of his tenants and injuring 2 more. Frank had received a complaint with his tenants that the house was too cold and needed more heat. And being that he was their landlord, he was supposed to go in and fix it. Yeah. They had an 11-month-old son that was sick, needed all the help, needed, to get in. What are you laughing at?
You said 11-month-old.
You know what the hell I was talking about. 11-month-old son. See, I think that was just an area thing. Anyway, he was sick. They were wanting to get him well, and they needed the house warmed up to kind of like break his fever, start getting him sweating and stuff. Well, Frank walked out of his house, which is right across the way.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, from the visual aspect, like, his house is here. Their house is literally across the street.
Yes,
anyway,
ma'am.
It was for them, not for me. He walked out in his drawers. Joe walked out in his conscience. Like, tidy whities, here we come.
All right.
Okay, now that we have that. He ended up killing his tenant's wife, shot the husband, and shot the 11th-month-old. Now, the 11th-month-old and the husband were able to make it out to a neighbor's house, but when they got to the neighbor's house and called 911, he shot at the ambulance coming to help the wife, who was unfortunately already pronounced dead, and help the baby and the husband. In that aspect, the police were coming up as well. This man kills himself on sight in front of everybody in his drawers. So he was not in the right state of mind when this took place.
Absolutely not.
Nothing about this case is easy to wrap your mind around, right? Mm-hmm. A loving father losing his daughter in a gruesome way. No answers throughout the years. The whole community chalked up Frank's tragic moment to his PTSD flashbacks, which was common from them because they didn't have the mental health that you have now. Like, if you're struggling, it's more better than it is back then.
It's better, but
it could still be even better.
Don't get me started on the VA. We can talk about that for a while, too.
Well, the VA is doing pretty good for my brother right now. I dropped a piece of cookie, and I don't know where it went. I'll vacuum it up later.
The dog will find it.
Hope not. It's chocolate. Shitting all over my house.
They gotta eat like their body weight for that to happen.
I don't think so.
Anyway, sorry. Sorry.
I don't mind it. I think our listeners that we do have enjoy the little tidbits of back and forth. And if not, the hell with them. And this ain't their podcast.
What she said, bitches.
All these years later, we found out in January of 2005, so this was last year.
Yes.
That the case is still open, but considered inactive. So if it's inactive, didn't we talk about the Freedom of Information Act?
Yes, that's what I don't understand. Is if you're, okay, it's a cold case, whatever. But if it's not considered an active investigation, what grounds do you have to keep denying Freedom of Information Acts? It makes no sense to me. Absolutely not.
I'm munching.
You're fine.
So since it's inactive, the Sioux Falls policeman, Sam Clemens, who's over this case, as far as the inactivity goes, says that all leads have been exhausted and there's nothing more detectives can do unless new information is found. Which by now... Oh, we need to do the puzzle before we go inactive.
Oh, fuck. Which by now is highly unlikely.
Yeah. Why isn't it not working? There we go. I'm not good at that stuff. And after a certain amount of time, like the TikTok live will do that.
I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not gonna because she's gonna smack me.
Say it. Say it with your whole chest.
This bitch is whole retarded.
You can't say that word no more.
Resharded.
High five. I support it. That's a good one.
It's that CTE. She leads with her head. So does my son. It's all right.
You got us in trouble. Violation warning.
Oh no!
Hate speech.
Are you serious? Whatever.
That was our first warning. You can't use that anymore.
I will not use that word anymore at TikTok. I'm sorry.
You's getting us in trouble. You gonna get the whole count banned.
I'm really, really sorry. Please don't do that. Anyway, continue. Cheney's file is still considered confidential.
And will not be closed to the public.
Disclosed.
All I hear is noise again.
We're so close. It's okay.
Anyway, all I'm stating that everyone involved with this case has passed away. So release the information to the public. Yes. It is not hard to do. It is not...
Exactly.
This is going to bother me. Anyway, we have the Freedom of Information Act for a reason. So use it. Stop denying it. It is not your place. The man has dead and gone, according to them, as far as like the main suspect is concerned.
Exactly.
So both of the suspects, the one that wasn't even convicted for,
yes,
both of these suspects that they had in these cases have done past.
So why not name the suspect now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Never know what might happen when you let people help. The old evidence needs to be gone over again. Use the DNA as possible, because as time goes on, it literally crumbles to nothing.
Well, and not just that, but less and less DNA is required now to run DNA tests than it was,
way
80
back
years
then.
ago.
Yeah, no shit. Unless it's a government cover-up with someone who was in a higher rank, this is just allegedly my opinion.
Yes.
Someone who was higher up in rank wanted to make it less important, so you make up some, story of an unnamed farmhand from Nebraska.
Makes sense. I thought it was Iowa.
I was half asleep when I typed these notes. Of Iowa. Do not judge me. Or was it? See, this is where I got it, because Harry was from Nebraska.
Yeah.
I misplaced it. That's all it was. Or was it Harry E. May? The similarities are hard to ignore. My brain works in hella different ways. Since starting looking into these cases, it helps me seeing things in a new light.
Yes.
So since there isn't anything we can help to send this case to, police, you can send us your theories.
Yes, if you send us your theories or your opinions, whatever,
we're going to go over them.
We'll talk about them in our intro to our next episode. Give us something interesting to talk about. Yeah,
because this case, they're not taking any leads. They're not taking any information because it's so old. So what you can do is email us your theories and we'll blast them.
Absolutely.
So you can email us at bloodbeneaththemoss@gmail.com.
Yes. Send us a Facebook message.
And can.
A TikTok message.
A TikTok.
TikTok.
I like a TikTok.
Me too.
I be on TikTok scrolling under Blood Beneath the Moss. I don't even be scrolling on mine anymore.
I be looking at the TikTok shop way too much.
That's why I got off of mine and started looking at
where I get these loaded teas from. The TikTok.
Yeah, I like my water. Anyway, this is a sneak peek of next week's episode. Today we are dropping, this is for everybody who's watching this on the live. Today we are dropping the mini episode as soon as we get off of here. So go and give it a listen. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook. We'll post the links so you can get to either one of them.
Couple more episodes recorded and we'll be able to drop on Apple. Yes. Quite excited about that.
I know. I'm pretty excited about that. I've been looking into it, and you have to have so many hours before
Yes.
you're able to drop, and then once you're able to drop, then we can switch over to platforms. There's another platform that I looked into that is called the Podcast Hour or something like that, and it's got a whole bunch
Sounds
of
familiar.
different podcasts that you can listen to. But we're trying to get on our major platforms, so like you can find us on YouTube and Spotify as of right now.
Yes.
All of our links are in the on Facebook, Instagram.
Yes.
And just thank you for being a part of this awesome show, even though, you know, we don't have...
Even though we're squirrels.
We are squirrels.
Yes.
But we are trying to grow our audience, and
Yes.
the more people who like, follow, and share, the more platforms that we're able to push out from. So if you could go, like, everything is under Blood Beneath the Moss.
Yes.
So go
On
look
everything.
us up. Literally everything. TM, it's ours. Thanks. Appreciate you. Nobody can steal it.
Good.
Well, I was listening for your next episode. They have a girl and her bestie that are coming up and started sharing stuff. And I think it's called the Kudzu Killers. And it's all about, like, here and there. They do stuff similar to us. This isn't sponsored, by the way. They do stuff similar to us, but they focus more on even, like, solved cases. They don't just do the true... The cold cases.
Yeah.
They also do spooky stuff.
I like spooky stuff.
They're actually quite great. They have great intro music. I will say that much.
We're still trying to figure all that stuff out. We'll get there eventually. But I think we need to get the podcasting itself down all the way first.
I cannot. I'm technology crazy and not... You're welcome. Anyway, I am technology illiterate, so the fact that I am the one hooking up our soundboards every day, when she can't figure it out, when she's more technology inclined than I am.
Give me a computer all day. Don't give me whatever that stuff is. No.
We need somebody who's going to go in and, like, went to school for marketing and can do the this, that, and the other. Because I can't edit. This is all, like, just... This is live. This is us.
My edit jobs are terrible because I just cut pieces out and hope it works.
Yeah. I'm not... This is why you hear shit in the background. This is why we go... Anywho.
We'd be alright.
Yeah.
We figure it out.
But, again, go like, follow, and share us. We are getting a little bit more comfortable with this. So
Yes.
you're actually being able to see our actual personalities. It's not just like... Hey, let's read from script.
Yeah, the first one, yeah. Sorry.
Fuck it. Anyway, thank you guys for
Yes.
listening, and join us next week, next Monday. Every Monday we will drop. So, love you guys so much.
We'll drop and do a live of the next week's episode, so you can stay ahead if you want.
Yeah, every week on Mondays, you will see the sneak peeks. So
Yes.
keep that in mind as well. You guys rock. We love you.
Thanks.
Bye.